Shifted my base to Bangalore, original one.
I see.
And it was a very, very popular one in Kolkata. It's designed by Satyajit Ray. And they came...
ನಾನೀಗ ಕೂಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಬಿಬೇಕ್ ಸೇನ್ ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಅವರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಅವರು ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬಂಗಾಳದವರು, ಒಬ್ಬರು ತಮಿಳುನಾಡು ಕೇರಳ ಮೂಲದವರಿಗೂ. ಇವರು 15-20 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸುಲಲಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಟೂನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಸಂಪಾದಕರಾದ ಬಿಬೇಕ್ ಸೆನ್ ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಕಾಣಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಅವರು ಈಗ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಮುಂದಿನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ.
Editor of the Cartoonists India magazine, so we're going to spend the next few episodes going through the journey of how he is imbibed the eloquence of cartoons and his collections in this journey so far. So Bibek, it's a great pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And talking to us.
Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, so I would like to start off by asking you, can you tell us in brief about your journey so far from your childhood?
Yeah, I was born and brought up in West Bengal, so mostly I spent my childhood in Kolkata. Like many other people, like I was fascinated by the comics, daily comics of Indrajal and the daily dose of Mad magazines, so Tintin and Asterix. So that's how like I slowly got fascinated in this era. But like after that, like slowly I came into the cartooning field, started working on that. So it was 2010 when I shifted my base to Bangalore. And since then I was working here, but later I came to know about the Indian Institute of Cartoonists. I got associated there, came to know all the cartoonists who were working here, including you, everyone. So that's how it is. Like now for my work now, I'm presently based out of UK.
Okay.
But it is always pleasure to be back in Bangalore in December's every year. Mm-hmm. And like meeting you all, releasing our magazine. So that's how it is.
Okay. So you talked about your passion about cartoons. Mm-hmm. Does it also relate to the work that you do as a profession, or how is it?
No, it is actually, there is no connection at all. Mm-hmm. So I, by profession, I am into the digital learning area. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm working as a project manager and a visualizer myself.
Okay.
But yeah, like as you said, like cartooning is a very powerful medium. I also tried, like in case we can use the cartooning in the learning sphere as well, because through cartooning we can actually use many things. Like so, I think it is much more meaningful, much more easier to narrate some story or some learning element through visually, which is not possible otherwise.
So you very effectively use the cartoon as a media in your digital learning.
Sometime I use, like in my previous organization, like I proposed that, and it became an instant hit because it was actually a German auto engineering company. It's very, very technical in nature.
Okay.
So that's why like nobody likes digital learning. A little boring sometimes. So we just try to see the different ways how to make it more interesting. So that time I proposed, like, is it okay, like instead of reading the lines or watching a video, can we do kind of a comic strip sometime? So we gave it a try, and it was a great hit. They liked it. They said, yeah, this is something good. So something that we read it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
So it's that time like we tried to roll out some of the courses completely based on like comics and comic strips.
Okay.
So that was a good try. But yeah, like now we know that the overall the cartooning as a field, it's shrinking. So there is no such like possibilities in the future to hire as a maybe they can involve as a full-time staff cartoonist.
Yeah.
But the medium will be there. I strongly believe that. And there are different other domains which are available, like where they're actually looking for the creative people, and the aspiring cartoonists can also think in those lines, not only the digital learning, maybe in the animation, and there are lots of other areas of advertising as well.
Okay.
So there are lots of things. Even not many are aware that many of the legendary cartoonists, they also did lots of advertising design as well, including Lakshman, Mario, all. So that is also a nice medium. I'd say like people should actually try their hand.
Yeah. So the other thing I would like to ask you is, now that you are you're into digital learning and you have this passion for cartoons, can you tell us how did you actually move into the cartoon field by being in your profession? And what was your vision when you set it out and set out to yourself in this space, especially when I heard that you published a few books? Why don't you tell something about that?
Yeah, it's actually not into the cartoons, so I still consider myself as a writer, maybe a non-fictional writer. So I started contributing to various magazines in Kolkata, especially the children's one. So I used to write the features. I used to write those small like travelogue or articles, and it got published somehow. And maybe one of the one that you are currently holding. So
This one?
that was one of the time, like this magazine name is Anandamala. This logo was once designed by Satyajit Ray, the original one.
I see.
And it was a very, very popular one in Kolkata. So I got a chance to contribute some of the articles, but this is the first time it appeared as a cover story.
Okay.
So that time the editor asked me whether like what kind of cover we should think. Then I thought, like, why not we can do something, and it was actually on some fascinating museum around the world. So we have to like cover the cartoon museum, the comic strip museum in Brussels.
Super.
So I took this photo, and then I thought, like, why not I can add some characters. It was my tribute to those legendary Franco-Belgium comic artists like Adje and the Franco and all others. So I just wanted to put everyone together. So that's how I started doing it, but not on a regular basis. It's still I was involved in writing. After that, there was a chance, like when I moved to Bangalore, I was also visiting many places around the world. And I actually visited some of the cities which hosted the Olympic Games and the World Cup football.
Okay.
And
can you name them a few?
Yeah, like I like if you talk about the Olympic Games, I visited Athens, where the very first Olympic Games took place in 1896.
Yeah.
The first stadium, like that is still there. That's the only stadium which is still there. It still exists. They hosted the first modern Olympic Games, and that entire stadium was made of marble.
Okay.
That's the only marble-based stadium there. So it was initially, it was not a round stadium. It was like a hairpin kind of a structure. That was also a unique one. So I got a chance to visit some others, like one in Netherlands. When I visited the stadium, like the first time they started the cauldron with the fire. So there only it was started. Then one in Germany, there were like twice the games happened, most eventful one. The first one was in Berlin. We all know that during the 1934, so that it was marred by the Nazis and like very much the involvement of Adolf Hitler.
Yes.
So those things are there, though they have removed those signs, the swastika signs, but definitely that is historically significant.
Yes.
And the other one was, I think, 72, where it happened in Munich, and the first time and the only time Olympic was disrupted because of a terrorist attack. So we know that like it was a very unfortunate incident happened, but if you still visit there, like you can see those memorials there. So lots of stories. Like then like in UK when that happened, so I visited that stadium as well, and Barcelona. So at least some 6 stadiums I've already visited, and when I start reading, I saw like so much stories there, full of anecdotes.
And those inspired you to write the book?
So I thought like, why not I can just collate those together, but still that time I was not convinced that like I thought maybe I can just write another article like I do. Then I thought like there are literally plenty, like you name a incident that somehow it is linked with Olympic Games.
Okay.
Even there's an Olympic winner who's a Titanic survivor, so like that. So I thought like, let's collect this, and when I started collecting this, then I thought like actually I can check like if I can get this published. Maybe in sequence, or like if I can send it in some smaller episodes, something. Then I check like who would be interested, because I'm not a writer, like I don't have any publication other than like the contributing here and there. So a friend of mine, he suggested like you can check, you can try Times Group books. So that time he published one book of himself. So he said like they are good. They also encourage the newcomers. So when I shared my proposal, immediately I got a response that okay, we'll do it.
Okay.
So it was kind of a
very positive.
I was quite surprised, to be honest. So they said like, and that by that time like Olympic was almost on the corner, and even the World Cup. So first was the World Cup book, and they said like we'll do it that way. And surprisingly, it was in 2014 World Cup. During that time,
Do you have the copy?
Yeah, I have the copy. So this is the first book. You can see here the football fun book. It was actually having some brief anecdotes and some information, some quiz, some like jigsaw puzzle. So it's kind of a fun book. So while watching a World Cup, you should read those fascinating things. So not much are there, but yeah, some like important milestones are there. And what surprised me that in that particular year, the official broadcasting partner was Sony 6, and they came forward to sponsor it.
Okay.
So that was a good thing, like working with Times, at the same time Sony, and to get all this book ready, like I reached out to FIFA as well, because obviously writing a book like on the FIFA or Olympics, you have to take lots of permissions. And like even to show their mascots, logos, the evolution of the logos. So the permission is required. So I just said like, this is my project. I'm doing it as an independent researcher. I'm just working on this one, but I need your help, because there are lots of things I cannot show it like unless I have a proper photograph, but I know it is there in your collection.
Okay.
So like maybe I can give you an example. We talk about the Olympic medals, but there is one Olympic Games in 1900 They didn't have the medal but the trophy, and that trophy is there in their museum. So while talking about that, you cannot show it without a visual.
Absolutely.
I cannot draw it that way. So we need their support. So they actually came forward and said, fine, we are, of course, like there are some rules and regulations that I have to follow, but they helped me. Excuse me. Started, maybe I can show it here.
Yeah.
So it actually started in the antiquity, like how it actually started in Greece, ancient Greece. So you can see those old amphoras, like where you can see those silhouette illustrations of older Olympics. There is no historical evidence, but like through this thing, like which unearthed, we know that like how it was there. So of course there is no photographic evidence, so you have to illustrate that. So that is how I started contributing, like maybe I thought like I should draw some cartoons there with some speech bubble. So that was actually the beginning. So then I thought like let me do it this way, so that it won't be very monotonous, like not like any other book of cartoon history. Rather it will be more fun reading, and they can get lots of fascinating stuff. So that was the idea, that I thought like I combined the photograph, illustration, cartoons and writing. So that was actually set that tone, like, and then I thought like let me just do something on the cartoon. And slowly I started.
So this was your second book?
This is the second one. First and third are basically on the football. This is a more elaborate one. The first one is like basically a fun book, like where you have the jigsaw puzzle, quiz and all this. So to check your knowledge about football. But this is a comprehensive history of World Cup football. So you can see so lots of information here about the past World Cup, the World Cup, like the comics on the World Cup, and like how they started the merchandise, some of the famous stadiums and all. So that's how like I just started covering it. I visited some of their museum and the things. So it is much more comprehensive one.
So this was your original. This is how you started your journey, where I can see I see you as a writer as well as you're illustrated as well. So I see some cartoons drawn by you as well. Now, can you tell us that when you had to do both the job as a writer as well as a cartoonist, did you learn cartooning anywhere through a professional course, or how did this drawing and drafting come to you?